What's up, boys? Guys,
Be sure not to turn the recording off this time when we actually start.
Got it.
Okay.
It's on. It's on.
Can I just kind of ask what's going on with your hat? Is it just like
he just did that? I don't know what his deal is.
I think I'm just gonna let it sit up there.
It looks like a bonnet.
I think I'm just gonna let it sit up there.
It does look like a bonnet. It looks like you borrowed one of your kids' bonnets or something.
That's actually what it is.
Does it have your initials on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got the
Monogram?
straps behind my back.
Are you from the South?
Nate, did you play today?
78, 38, 40. I was 1 under through 4.
Y'all got it in?
Yeah, it just sprinkled on us a little bit. I hit for the cycle on the front 9. I had 6 pars, a birdie, bogey, and a double. And then it fell apart a little bit on the back.
I had 4 doubles yesterday.
You guys kind of got some outside friendship.
Kyle had 2.
2 doubles.
I guilted Kyle into going to play golf.
I beat Dustin by making a
hard
10-footer on the last hole.
No, it wasn't hard. That's what's funny is so I text Kyle because I knew you'd be working. So I text Kyle and said, hey, you want to play SOG? I said, we're needing the 4th out here at SOG. And he texts back. He goes, no, I'm busy. I can't. Got to do this. Got to do that. And I was like, are you sure? He goes, hold on.
Yeah.
He made adjustments. And he goes, no, I'm in. And I said, you can't back out. Like when I tell these guys you're in. Like you have to go. I said, so don't come back tomorrow and be like, no, I really do have to go do this. I can't go play. And then he probably wishes he wouldn't have played since we.
I said, honey, you don't understand. This could be Shoal Creek friendship.
It could be, yes.
Hey, I'm only playing SOG so I can play Shoal Creek.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the guys that he played with
don't even want to play SOG.
The guys that he played with actually played Shoal the day before.
Yeah.
Shoal's open on Tuesdays, not open on Mondays.
It's crazy.
Just BT dubs.
Yeah, they had a lot of golf. They played RTJ on Monday, so
how much you drop on a weekday to play SOG the Hatch?
It's 75, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted it.
75 on a Wednesday.
Yeah, no good. Guys, I think this could be a diabolical show.
It's going to get weird.
I think
we have got to find a way that he can zoom in with us, join us in Zoom with like just a logo as the screen. Like I don't want it to do where it's just his name. You can do it where it's just your name, but I'd really like for him to.
It'd be funnier if he had like a fake mustache and some like black. He wore like a fake something.
That's true. If he puts on a hoodie and some sunglasses and like a mask, which
just
he may have.
Do you think we would recognize his voice? Or y'all would? I know I would.
I don't know. I asked him before I gave him y'all's numbers if either one of y'all would have his number. And he said
not.
No, which obviously did. I know both of y'all Googled it.
No, I didn't. No. I didn't even think about that, to be honest.
Thanks for that. I'm going to do that later. Is that okay?
I don't think you're going to get much out of it.
You don't find anything out?
Do you think he doesn't know? Like he doesn't know me personally, though.
I don't think so.
There's no chance he knows me.
Have y'all talked to him much at all?
I've never. No.
He just told me.
No, but he said good luck.
Yeah, he told me good luck.
Did you say like?
He said good luck. I just said love it. That's what I said. I said love it.
I said boo because I didn't like my name, but I
didn't like my name either. But whatever.
All right, so let's get this thing going. This is episode 134, correct?
Yeah. Are you for real gonna leave your hat like that the entire time?
No, I'll pull it down in just a second.
Okay.
134, and we're talking about. We're going to start off with the Bryson stuff. What else? We want to do
We're going to touch on the APGA story about the guy giving his exemption away.
Which I learned a little bit more about that later today, and I actually changed my mind in the way I thought about it.
Okay, don't tell us.
Somebody send me that article really fast.
I'm looking.
I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
I found it. Just Google Newcomb gives Corn Ferry away. It'll come up.
I'm sending it to you, Nate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see it now. I see why it doesn't. It's not a huge deal. But anyway, all right. Yeah, and then we got the diabolical Andy from Freeport, aka Andy from West Palm, kind of
from Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
There's a big difference.
whatever.
AFPS.
That is how he is in my phone. Andy from Palm Springs. That's
I
now
saved
how-
it as that. I think I actually saved it as Andy from West Palm, so I got to fix that. Andy from Palm Springs. All right, cool. That's gonna be it, and that part's gonna be fun. A lot of fun. All right, we got a new ad read. Let me get that ready.
Oh yeah, get it ready. Me and Ben will also get ourselves ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute y'all on this one. Yeah, we got one. It actually looks pretty cool.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Is it
Shine
Roman?
bright.
Do what?
Is it Roman? We're gonna get erect
No,
penile dysfunction.
no, that would be awesome though. But
Penile
kidding.
dysfunction would not be awesome.
no, Romans. But no, this is like a VPN.
Nate would know.
VPN thing. So
Oh, cool. Sounds really cool, man.
yeah, like protect your identity and stuff like that. Save it online. Pretty cool. All right, here we go. Episode 134. What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's the Dad Pod Golf Pod. Yes, it's episode 134.
Yep.
It's Friday, and we're ready to go. We're fired up. We're proud members of the
Weekend is
Believe
here.
Podcast Network, the #1 podcast network for professionals. Fellas,
Yo.
are you as excited as I am about this
Yeah.
show that's about to happen?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fairly pumped up for a show that I'm not hosting.
Diabolical from start to finish. It's going to be a blast, and we're going to have some fun. Today's episode and every episode is brought to you by Betonline.ag, the #1 sports betting website in the history of history, the history of ever.
It's the history of history.
It's the
Yes, it
GOAT.
is.
It's the GOAT
Love
betting
it.
website. Sign up today, get a 50% welcome bonus, give them $100. You can get 50 back to play with. Got the Super Bowl coming up in 2 weeks or a week, 10 days.
I'm
From
so
when you
excited
listen
for the
to this,
halftime show.
So you get to go ahead and lock in your bets for the national anthem, over, under, the coin toss, all the different props. It's going to be a blast.
How many
Betonline-
cuss words are dropped during the halftime
The color
show?
of the Gatorade at the end,
Yep.
all that good stuff. It's always fun. Betonline.ag, where the game starts. Gentlemen,
Real quick.
go ahead.
I'm selling a car Wednesday, and we start talking about the game, betting the lines and everything. And the guy I'm selling to is like, I think I'm going to put a bunch of money on the Bengals. And I was like, hey, go to betonline.ag, use the code BELIEVE50, get 50% off. I explained the whole thing to him. And he's like, where'd you get that from? And I start telling him about the golf podcast, and he loses interest pretty quick. He's like, okay, can we just get back to the car deal?
Gambling. Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
to the card.
yeah, I'm sorry. But he texted me later. He's like, hey, what was that code? And I think he's about to throw a ridiculous amount of money on the Bengals. So
I like it.
there's that.
I like it.
Slap the Bengals. Nate's always said
Slap
that.
the Bengals button. That's
So
awesome.
Nate pass pick of the week.
So, gentlemen,
Mhm.
this tweet came out today, and we sent it to each other, and it is absolutely mind-boggling, the numbers in this
Yes.
tweet. But the rumor that's out there is the Greg Shark Norman Tour is offering Bryson DeChambeau, great pick, Greg, $135 million to be the face of this tournament. $135 million. Men, what? Give me
Face
some
of the tour. The face of this tour.
the face of this tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me, I gotta know what you're thinking. What's going through your head right now about that?
I don't know why he is the one, and the reason being is
do.
because I find I feel like more pros dislike Bryson than like him. So is he like, even though he's the face, is it going to be something where they want they're going to want him to reach out to other pros to say, hey, can you come be in this tournament, or can you be in my tournament, blah blah blah. And I don't know that that's going to go over well, but the money, if I'm Bryson, I'm taking it. I'm going 135 million up front in case the tour fails. I want it.
Yes.
We're going to do a little scenario here in just a second. So don't say if you would or wouldn't take it quite yet, because I got a little scenario I'm going to throw out, and you kind of already spoiled yours. But
Okay.
Nate, what's your initial take?
I would say they would approach him because of what you said. There's so many tour. They don't want Bryson to be the recruiter. They want him for the people at home to
be the
turn on
draw.
television, and he's hated on tour. So he's the one guy who maybe wants to get out of the playground that he's getting beat up on and go to a new playground. I think that's why he got chosen. Not to mention he has the perfect combination of tons of notoriety. And he's one of the biggest names in golf, and nobody likes him. Nobody on tour likes him. He'd be like,
I wonder how this affects his other sponsorships. I wonder how Puma feels about that, because it's not going to be televised as much as PGA Tour events. So I wonder how his sponsors.
He can buy Puma. Puma can suck it.
This is global. This is global,
yeah.
man.
He wants to make a comment about them not building their driver correctly. He could just buy the company.
He's already gone down that road with Cobra. So, I mean, that was my only thing is I thought, well, he's not going to be on television as much as he was before. So
I would just drop all my sponsorships.
At 135 million, you might as well. You got your money.
Who cares? I think they picked him, and because he is the biggest draw. I mean, I don't like him, but if we're being frank, he's the biggest draw in golf right now. Like, he's what's the most people like. He's they always talk about these athletes that you'd pay, sports announcers. They always talk about athletes I'd pay to go watch. He is one that anybody that had an opportunity would pay to go watch. I think it makes this starting to make a lot of sense too. This YouTube channel that he put out. He's got like 200 or 430,000 subscribers. Every time he does a YouTube video, it gets between 50 to 250,000 views. I mean, it's all kind of starting to make sense, and that this would come out. And
I didn't know all that.
Yeah. So
that makes a big difference.
It's unique. It's definitely a Bryson thing. Here's my question. Okay. What do you think? So clearly if he does this, he's not playing on PGA Tour. Like, if he chooses it, he's done with the PGA Tour, probably not coming back. And are you okay with that? If you are, he's made $26 million in earnings since he's been on tour. Are you okay with that, knowing that more than likely you would have to qualify for opens? Like, they may just you lose your world ranking. You'd lose all your world ranking stuff more than likely.
No.
Why?
No.
Well, no, they're not playing like that. They're not going to compete against like some majors, and it's going to be select weeks that they're doing. They're not playing every week like the PGA Tour does. He can play both.
I don't think he's going to be able to play both.
I don't think they'll let him.
But I would give it up. You still get to play in all four majors. The PGA Tour has no pull with the Masters, US Open Championship, or the PGA. PGA is run by the PGA of America, not the PGA Tour. You give up the players, and you give up all of those other events. I thought it was clear the PGA Tour said no.
The PGA Tour also doesn't run the WGC events, do they?
They do.
Let's go back.
They added those events.
Okay. I was going to say, then he gets the WGC events too. But I mean, yeah, it's easy to play both.
Let's go back to this though. How do you get in those tournaments? How do you get now? US Open, he'll have a lifetime exemption, so he'll get to play in the US Open regardless because he's won the US Open. How do you get in the rest of them? How does he get in the rest of them?
You got to qualify. It is qualification. Now the Masters
is invitational.
Masters is invitational.
There's lists of things that you do to get into the Masters.
Could they just top
happens 50? I'm pretty sure the top 50 gets an automatic invite to the Masters.
Okay.
How does this
affect his world ranking? How does this affect world ranking points?
He won't. So you're saying this new tour he will get no ranking points from this new tour? Because it's a world golf ranking. The guys on the DP tour get golf rankings.
Yeah, they get ranked.
There's plenty of guys in the rankings who have never played a PGA Tour event.
Yeah, but the European Tour and the PGA Tour have
different points.
It's almost like a reciprocal too. They also have different points. Like, they recognize
this is the Asian Tour win. This is the Asian Tour.
PGA does not recognize Asian Tour and has already said they're not going to recognize the Shark Tour or whatever they're going to call it.
Well, he's got exemptions into all the majors for at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe.
He does because he won.
He won the U.S. Open, so you
winning at least one major gets you into all of them for at
Yeah.
least 5 years.
for some stretch of period of time. You're
Yeah,
right.
U.S.
You
Open
are
he's
right
in
about
forever. Yeah, and then I mean, you know, it gives that tour 5 years to either fold up or figure out how to get him world golf ranking points. I mean, he's top 5 in the world. It'll take him years to fall out of the top 100, or at least a year and a half, 2 years of him not.
Yeah, I
playing
mean,
any
you saw
events.
Tiger didn't play for a year and a half, and he just now fell out. I mean,
But if he does well in those 4 events over the next 5 years, he can get world golf ranking points based on just those 4 majors that he is absolutely exempt into for the next 5 years.
That is true. The only the Masters is a wild card because I think they have like auto qualifying, but I still think they can.
They got top 50.
They can choose.
They still can pick because they will
pick.
send invites to old golfers that will turn it like say,
those
no,
are
I'm just not
those are
playing this year.
guidelines. Those are guidelines. So here's my scenario. Okay, here's my scenario. Let's say you're Bryson, or you are as good as Bryson. You can win majors. You've won a major. You're as good as anybody in the world. 135 million. Do you jeopardize any, like, basically forget all the PGA Tour events that you could ever play in? You're done. You're done with that. You'll never get another chance. And then you have the majors, which we think he might be able to. We know U.S. Open. What happens to all the rest of them? Does the Masters have a big enough tie with the PGA Tour that they could just say, we're trashing your invite, we don't care what your ranking is? Can he get world ranking points? That is still that's way up in the air. Is that something that you would think about doing for 135 mil? And I'll just go ahead and say you get it all up front. You got to throw away any chance of like racking up a bunch of PGA Tour wins. Your majors are in jeopardy. I'll just let y'all,
I don't think that the majors can be in jeopardy. I don't think the Masters has the balls to turn them down. I mean, but what do they gain from it? Because the PGA Tour asked them to? The Masters doesn't give what the PGA Tour or CBS or Bryson or the DP or anybody in the world says. I mean, if they want the best guys in their championship, they're gonna. I mean, I just don't see how they would exclude a top 10 player because he jumped ship from a tour that they have no association with. I just don't feel like the Masters has any. I mean, it's an interesting point. I didn't. All I thought of was that he loses all of his PGA Tour events, but the majors don't have any association with the PGA Tour. He loses the players. That's the biggest thing he loses, in my opinion.
Yeah,
from the PGA Tour, the WGC events.
That will
for 135 million and to be playing for huge purses every week against potentially not that stacked fields.
I didn't realize it that he I just looked it up just a minute ago. He joined the tour in 2015 and they just said he's made 26, or Kyle, you said it, one of you said it, $26 million. So he made $26 million in 7 years. He's going to make 135 in 1 year. That's a no-brainer.
It would take him 7 times 5. It would take him 35 years if he stayed at his current pace.
Exactly. And
plus, he still gets to earn money.
Yes.
On said tour and in majors and in any silly season event that they want to get him in.
Yeah, they're basically paying him a representative / endorsement fee because he still gets the money for playing in the tournaments if he finishes in the top whatever. He's still in the running for the purse of each tournament. It's not like we're saying, hey, you get $135 million, but you can't win anything. We're just going to give you the $135 million for you to basically use your name to broadcast it's the closest
thing in golf that we've ever had to a Tom Brady getting an 8-year, $170 million.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers getting a multi-year, huge, stupid money contract. It's the first one, and there's going to be more.
This is like baseball's A-Rod money. I mean, this is
let me ask you
stupid
this.
Money.
Let's throw this in there. Okay, this past year, if this Google machine is correct, of all his sponsorships, which I assume would maybe those could be in jeopardy too, $18 million. Okay, $18 million
just in the year,
in the year in 2021.
So
highest paid golfers of 2021 sponsors: Bryson DeChambeau, $17.9 million. more than a dozen endorsement partners, including Cobra, Bridgestone, Rocket Mortgage, and DraftKings.
Okay, so 17.8. And let's say he absolutely kills it and makes $7 to $10 million in earnings. So we're looking at $27 to $30 million a year on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
And that's if he keeps playing well. So that would take him 4 years, 5 years to do that, and which he can do this. And I mean, he's going to get sponsorships, maybe different ones, maybe not 17 million, maybe 5 million, maybe 2 million. Somebody in Dubai is going to want to pick him up, you know, some tech company, some build the tallest tower in the world company.
What if this bitch folds?
That's why I say get your money up front.
But what if it folds and you're done for the rest of your life at less than 30 years old? Like,
well, that's why I say money up front. Like he's got to tell him, he's got to say there's a chance of this folding. Like it's got to be money up front, or I'm not sure.
And then you make it your life's mission is to make it a PR nightmare for the PGA Tour that
nobody likes him though. Like nobody would care.
But ratings do. People, like you said, I mean, his name was on everybody's lips. I think if this tour folds, there's no chance the PGA Tour can just keep him out.
Why? They basically excommunicated Greg Norman. He would be a huge draw.
But I mean, Greg Norman doesn't.
I know, but like just to have in the booth for a tournament, or let him host a PGA tournament, like the Greg Norman Invitational at freaking wherever he lives in America. I don't know. I mean, maybe he still lives here. I think he lives in South Florida somewhere. Like,
he does.
What if he was like he would be a huge asset to a huge draw to the PGA Tour. I don't touch it if it's me. And
I do, because we were just talking. Nate talked about his 23 million. That's not his take home money. That's just what he's earned, because I just looked it up as of 2021. So this is
here we go. Is it before tax or after tax?
No.
My whole job revolves around that question.
Well, and they also do. I mean, this is the net worth thing. They don't talk about his endorsements. They just say who he's endorsed by or who he endorses. They don't discuss the money there. But even though he's won that 23 million, Nate, he's only worth 10 million is what it says. I say only, but he's worth around $10 million plus his endorsements, which are Bridgestone, Rolex, NetJets, Bose, as well as his sponsors Puma and Cobra. So yeah, we said 23, but only got 10, and somebody's fixing to stroke you a check for 135, man. That's tough to turn down.
It is, if through our minds. If it was just me, I said, heck yeah, let's roll. Give me the cash. But like, you got to think about like what the way these guys think. No chance to win. I mean, like no chance to ever win another PGA event. Like that's done. And if this tournament folds in 2 years, which I still think if you can't get this thing on TV, it ain't going to work. But if this thing folds in 2 years, yeah, you got 135 mil. But now you're in the prime of your life, and you can't go play. You're not going to be able to go back to the PGA Tour. I don't care what anybody says; they're not going to let him back. There's no way they let him back.
You know how much of a hit it'll be to the PGA Tour if Bryson gets excommunicated? Way bigger of a hit than Greg Norman not sitting in the booth.
Agree with that.
It will be a disaster for them for ratings. Not being able to advertise him in the FedEx Cup in any tour event. He won't, I mean, just completely disassociated with the PGA.
For those same reasons that you just said earlier, Kyle, with all the YouTube views. And I mean, I don't think
if that tour folds, I think all he's got to do is kiss the ass.
Make a phone call. I think he makes a phone call.
Or what if he wins a major and then that tour folds? And you've got the Masters champion who they won't let back on the PGA Tour. No chance.
You don't think they'll want to flex
to stick it to them to scare? Their pettiness would cost them so much.
Would it?
Yeah.
Would it?
I think it would.
If he goes over there, if he goes over there and plays for 2 to 3 years, there's not going to be another star on the PGA Tour that's going to come up, because we're not going to see him. We're not going to see him for 2 or 3 years, other than like highlights and a YouTube video here or there. But like Will Zalatoris, somebody like that can't shoot up and and go nuts, or like somebody like Justin Thomas is like right there from being or Jordan Spieth getting back and winning majors, like that, those wouldn't be just completely overshadowed. Is Bryson that important? I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it personally if I was as good as Bryson and could win, just because of the risk factor. Like, in the way those guys.
If my agent and I are getting that money up front, I'm doing it in a heartbeat, because that's my biggest fear, is what you just said. If it's not going to be televised, I just don't think it's going to make it. Yeah, I don't.
Just, they're also starting off 135 million in the hole, so that's kind of tough.
Yeah. So I mean, that's
like pocket.
Kind of big expense there right off the bat.
Yeah.
So
you're going to show a loss for a few years.
There's some deep pockets over there, man.
There's deep pockets for sure. I don't know. It's intriguing. It's a good question. I love to know y'all's feedback. What would you do?
I think if he texted me right now, I would say, don't think about doing anything else but getting that money.
Get that money.
Go get that money.
Get that money and win and win all 4 majors that year.
It's not just
you'll be the most powerful man in the entire world.
Oh my gosh. Nate's right. If he wins even one major,
win the Grand Slam with 135 million in your pocket, and you can tell the PGA Tour whatever you want. You'll probably become voted.
You'll be the commissioner as soon as you're done with your tour overseas. You'll be voted
Tim
president
Finchem
of the PGA
will
Tour.
become your cat.
Yeah.
Or the guy who wipes your shoes off.
So are you saying if you take that money, you'd have pretty much peace of mind to over everything, as long as you got that money up front?
I mean, does Bryson want PGA Tour wins? Does he want majors?
I think he wants majors.
I think truly what he wants is majors, and I think this scenario allows him to continue playing.
I would worry.
He wants to be the best,
at least for that next 5 years. And that's the thing, is I don't know this tour is going to be around after 5 years. He's probably just short term. Take your 135, play your 5 years, and then worry about the rest of it later.
Win one major the next 5 years, boom, get resets.
Yep,
5 more.
Boom.
Years.
Okay,
Boom.
You ready for this? You ready for this ad read segue? You ready for this? I'm big on peace of mind. Okay.
Okay.
And that's why I can't fathom just losing the chance that I could lose those PGA Tour events, those chances to be win a major. So peace of mind. What's more important than peace of mind? Nothing. And that's what NordVPN is here for, to give you peace of mind while you're online. With all the threats that face today on the internet, it's even more important than ever to be sure that you have the best VPN you can get. NordVPN is the world's best VPN service, offering the fastest connectivity, most servers, and next-gen encryption to make sure that everything you do online stays secure. Plus, you can use NordVPN on all of your computers and devices, no matter the operating system. With NordVPN's unlimited bandwidth, you never have to worry about a slow connection either. And plans start at under $4 per month. So grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/believe, or use the code BLEAV to get up to 70% off your NordVPN plan, plus 1 additional month for free. It's also risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Guys, it's a no-brainer. NordVPN. Let's go. Be safe, peace of mind, NordVPN. Let's do it.
You know what that feels like?
What's that?
That's like Buddy Elf being like, Nord, congrats on having the best VPN ever.
Ever. You did it.
World's best cup of coffee.
You did it. The best cup of coffee.
Just shot himself with his microphone.
Oh my goodness.
Right. That was tough, but I got through it. NordVPN. Love them. All right. So
that really, I mean, that was very sincere.
Very sincere. 100%. So next, we'll hit this one real quick, and then we have a pretty fun little deal at the end. So we talked a little bit about the APGA event that was last weekend. It was Saturday and Sunday at Torrey Pines, the Advocates Professional Golf Association, and Patrick Newcomb won the tournament.
Yep.
And there's an article out today that he was given, if you win that tournament, you get a Korn Ferry Tour exemption to the Simmons Bank Open in May. Okay, so you won the tournament. He got a Korn Ferry Tour exemption. He gave it away to the guy that came in second, whose name's Tim O'Neill. who he lost to by one, or he beat by one shot. So there's no way to talk about this without giving the whole dynamics of what we're talking about for this to make sense. So I'm just going to say it. The Advocates Pro Tour, Professional Golf Association, is a tour that's built to give more minority players opportunities to minority opportunities, a chance to play professional golf. And Patrick Newcomb is a white guy, and he won the tournament. So super white. So the article comes out that he has given his tour exemption to the guy that came in second.
He's actually got a solid dad bod.
Great dad bod. Patrick Newton's got a great dad bod, and Tim O'Neill's a great player too. But
yes,
that has nothing to do with anything. Initially, it sounds bad. Initially, the way the article sounds bad, it's like, okay, they made him give his Korn Ferry Tour exemption away, and I don't exactly know how exemptions work, but it comes out like, if you read the article, he already had an exemption into this event. So he won an exemption to an exemption he already had.
Right.
But my question is that really how exemptions work? Is that really how exemptions work?
According to the article, that is how exemptions work, because he says
transfer an exemption.
He gets quoted as saying that he thought about it like at the tournament. This isn't something that we're seeing the article now that we're hearing 4 days later. It's not like 4 days went by, somebody contacted him and said, hey, now that's just what he said. I don't know if he's embellishing a little bit or not, but he said it hit him like when he's at the scorer's table. I'm already in this tournament. I should do something with this. So
let me ask you this. What happens if he doesn't?
What if he doesn't do it?
What if he doesn't give it away? Does he just,
seeing as it's,
do they just go with one less player for the tournament?
Well, no,
I'm saying,
I'm sure there's other kinds of exemptions.
No, I mean, it'd be the next guy on the list.
Be an alternate that's already
okay. So what if
they've already got alternates out there?
I'm going to be very bold here. What if the second place guy was white?
Well, the question is, if second place guy's white, it's not whether the second place guy's white, it's whether the first place guy, regardless of who he is, has an exemption like this guy does, and if he does the same thing.
So what happens if O'Neill, the second place guy, wins and he's already got an exemption? Is he going to give it to Newcomb?
See, that I don't know. That I don't know.
I don't want to go, I don't want to go too far in the weeds there. It is definitely an intriguing deal. It was weird to watch. It was awkward to watch it because it was just awkward to watch. And I kind of felt bad for both of the guys, to be honest. But
however, I will say, Kyle, I didn't know this, but reading this article, apparently he had played with a lot of these guys and they invited him to come play, because we were talking about how hard it is to
qualify. It did seem like he was buddies with them,
for the APGA Tour, and for anybody, that wants to qualify for it, it's just not like open for everybody.
Yeah.
And so these guys had, when he was kind of down on his luck and not doing well on Korn Ferry, like the guys he played with, they were like, you just need to come play with us for a while. So they know each other's game. They know he has a chance to win. And it says in the article, it's not like he hasn't played in other tournaments. It's not like he's won other tournaments on APGA. It just so happens he won the one that was televised nationally.
Yeah.
That was sponsored by farmers, because all the rest of them were put together by like Joe's Crab Shack and the American Legion gas station and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this one had a big sponsor with it. It was played at a very nice course and very world-renowned course. And then the white guy wins. And so it was like, oh crap, now we've done it. And so
I'm just curious if what happens if you win an if you win an exemption to a tournament you already have an exemption for, and let's say you don't have a friend to give it to, what happens to that exemption? It goes away.
It'll go to like they'll ask alternates to play, because that has happened with others where somebody says, "Oh, they won that tournament, they're exempt for the next for the next 4 majors," and it's like,
first
they're already
for the Korn Ferry Tour event.
Second question: Could he have given me an exemption? Could he have given me his exemption?
I would assume so, because that's how Tony Romo got an exemption for some tournament.
He got a sponsor's exemption. He did not get he got a sponsors exemption. He didn't win a tournament. A player's
I thought he got a player's exemption. I thought a player was already exempt and they gave it.
That may be I don't know that case 100%, but I feel like I remember that was a sponsor deal, kind of like Steph Curry. I think that was also a sponsor.
Yeah, because pros were upset about it with that, and we won't get in the weeds of that. Pros were upset about it, and then they finally had to come clean and say, well, either they played in it or nobody was going to play in it because it was a sponsor exemption. You're right, because they were like, it didn't, like, they weren't going to do it unless Romo played in it. So that's why they did that. So
gotcha.
It was like either he plays or nobody plays. No big thing.
Yeah, it just it's kind of, I don't know. The headline,
I'm like you,
it's clickbaity, and
well, the thing that I'm questioning, I hate to be this way, and I guess it's because I'm part of media. I know that he said that he thought about it in the scorer's tent. I question that. I just think after somebody wins a golf tournament, I don't know that that's the first thing on your mind. I could be wrong, especially at that level where he hasn't had a huge ton of success. He hasn't been on the PGA Tour. Any win is a win that's going to help you get to the next level. So I kind of question that. Also question, if that is the case, why did it take 4 damn days for this article to come out? Like with all the bad Twitter
it didn't get announced till Wednesday. They didn't announce the transfer till Wednesday. So I guess maybe they had to hobnob about it. I wanted to give it here so bad.
They had to hobnob over it a little bit.
Hobnob over. So, I mean, that was my only question is when I saw that, I thought, okay, I know you're saying that you thought about this in the scores table. Did it really take 3.5 days for them to come up with this? Or like Kyle just said, is this something that's never happened before? And so now it took them 3 days to create that rule to go, yeah, man, if you're already exempt, you can give your exemption to somebody else. You can just transfer to somebody.
I mean, this tour is brand. Yeah. I don't know.
It's been around.
As I said, he ain't played in a lot of tournaments. So we got pros that don't even know the rules of the game that have to question PGA Tour officials while they're in the midst of a game. So the fact that he would know off the top of his head, you know what? I'm already exempt to that Korn Ferry event. I need to give that exemption to somebody else. I don't buy that. I don't buy that he knew that at the scores table.
Yeah, it could be that he was. You may have just nailed that. You may have just nailed that he was told later on, like, hey, by the way, you got that extra exemption.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, at the end of the day, good for both of them. He won $30,000 for winning that tournament, so that's awesome. Especially, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Journeyman, that's a pretty big purse, and good luck to them both in the Korn Ferry event they're going to play in.
Maybe they'll get paired with Blaine.
Maybe so. That'd be awesome. Last sponsor we want to get to before we hit the most fun that we're going to have all night. It's going to be a blast. Swannies.co. You guys got to check them out. Coupon code DadbodGolfPod -25. Take 25% off every order ever. They got awesome styles, polos, hats, visors, hoodies, pullovers. They got everything. New line dropping soon. Pay attention. If you see something on the site now, you better go get it because it's going to be gone soon because they're going to have just chock full of new stuff. So Swannies.co, coupon code DadbodGolfPod -25. This last segment, I'm going to let Nate take the reins because this is going to be so much fun.
By the way, one new polo has dropped. I'm looking at the website now.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Andy from Palm Springs texted me this afternoon.
Always.
And he said, I've got a great idea.
I love it.
So me and him cultivated this idea into what it is about to be right now. Andy from Palm Springs, the mystery listener, has texted each of us individually one name of a PGA Tour player. And what we're going to do is we're going to go around the horn and we're going to give 3 words that we hope will best describe our player for the other 2 guys to guess. There will be 3 words, and then each of the other 2 guys will be allowed to ask one yes or no question. So if it's me, then Ben asks a question and Kyle asks a question, and then they'll both try and guess. And we'll kind of do something. We'll you write it down or you go ahead and think of it and then say it out loud. That way we're not just going to fire off guesses.
Yeah.
And then as a little bonus, we're going to do an alternate reality occupation for said player because that's been a really good bit of fun recently.
Ton of fun.
So without further ado, like I said, none of us know these players. We're going to start off with Ben Taylor. He's going to give us 3 words. We're each going to ask a yes or no question, and then we're going to try and guess.
Okay.
All right.
Do we have to like who? Okay, we'll go. We'll get when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. So go ahead.
I would just really like to say, good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck.
Because this could be the biggest start of a segment ever. Andy from Palm Springs is currently in. I think he's actually out at the AT&T. Getting weird.
Oh,
yeah, I want to be friends with this guy.
He's out of Pebble.
Yeah, I really, like without the costume on. Andy from Palm Springs sent me my name. I was not happy about it, but when Nate explained the rules to me, then I thought, okay, now I like my name. My 3 words are not Harris English.
That's 4 words, but I know.
Not Harris English.
Okay, you're right. Sorry. English is just 2 syllables.
Yikes.
I know who it is.
Kind of weird that you thought. Yeah, I do too, and that's awesome. That's great. But let's ask the yes or no questions. Okay. Is he a Southern lawyer in another life?
Not in my scenario, but
yes or no. Yes or no.
He is in some people's mind. Yes.
Yes or no.
Yes.
Was he a recent winner?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have your guess?
I got mine. You go first.
Okay.
Let's say it at the same time. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2,
3.
3. Hudson Swafford.
I knew we did that.
That was
nice.
Do you see now why? Because as soon as he sent it, Nate, that's why I sent you the I wanted to solidify what the rule was, because I was like, okay, is it my job to try to stump you or to try to get you to guess it? Because I was like, if I'm trying to get him to guess it, I've got to put Harris English in the clue somehow or another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you would have said your job is to stump us, then I was just going to go through all these random stats with Hudson Swafford, or I was even thinking about going through random stats with Harris English and just say it's the opposite of all that, but whatever.
I mean, you could have said 3 words. You could have said like do re mi, and that would have stumped us,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good one.
Or you could have said do re English, and would have been 4 words, right? Kyle?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
You need to put the bonnet back on. That's 4 words. I'm like, no, it's not.
The fact that you messed up the word English in the context of English is awesome.
I don't know. I was so ready for Ben to break a rule. I was just ready for Ben to break a rule.
Yeah, you wanted it. Well, he tried to. I said yes or no, and he's like, well, and someone else's alternate reality versus my alternate reality.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle.
My turn.
Yeah, I felt like that one was good.
All right, I'm going to give you three words.
You haven't been great on counting thus far.
By the way,
count them
unlimited syllables as long as it's 3 words.
Good point. I got it. Okay, you ready? Here comes the first one. Surfer. Green. Oh, what was the last one?
Did you not write these down? Even I wrote.
No, I had it. I had it in my head. All right, so you got surfer, green, blonde.
Is he has been or is currently sponsored by Waste Management?
Yes.
Does he wear a green glove?
Yes.
Let's say it at the same time. You ready?
Hold on. You ready?
1, 2, 3. Charlie Hoffman.
Yeah. I was hoping we are going to be like, is he leading the first round of the Masters?
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of. You said surfer, and I was like, Adam Scott. You said green,
and you knew
that I was.
Yeah, the green got it. I said the same thing, Nate. As soon as he said surfer, I went, okay, he's Australian.
Yeah, Adam Scott. I was waiting for you to say surfer, bad dresser.
Yep.
You know. Okay. Hold on. Let's go back. Hudson Swafford. What's his job?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh I have him as a food/restaurant inspector that loves to fail people because he enjoys the paperwork that it entails.
That's so specific.
All right, Waffle House, you get a 69.
Oh, nice. All right. All right. Charlie Hoffman. Charlie Hoffman is at like a water park theme park. He is head lifeguard for life. And he manages all the lifeguards and says
every summer.
Says brah a lot. Yeah. What's up, brah? That's Charlie Hoffman.
I really want our alternate reality jobs to make their way onto the tour and for these guys to be able to hear what we have them doing in real life.
So he's like basically the GM at a water park.
GM lifeguard. Yes.
He's at Surfside Water Park in Auburn as the lifeguard.
And
Wow.
he's just got tan as can be.
No, he's wearing a tank top. He's got tan lines. There's no
Zinc
doubt he's got tan
oxide
lines.
thick
Yes.
on his nose.
Yes.
Zinc oxide.
He gets the mullet back because you remember, he's cut it. He gets the mullet back, but he
Totally
puts
back.
lemon juice in it, so out from under the hat, it gets more blonde than the rest of his hair. It'd be
Yes.
awesome.
See, I'm pretty sure you've done that before.
No,
Just the tips. Just the tips.
Kyle has
Frosted tips.
Frosted tips.
frosted.
Okay,
All right, Nate.
All right, Nate.
Frosted flakes. All right, let me make sure I've got my 3 words so I can just say.
I gotta write these down.
Okay. Twitter hair rider.
Twitter.
What's that last word?
Rider.
Spell that. RIDER.
RYDER.
Oh man. Oh, I got it. I know. I got it.
You can ask your yes or no questions.
Okay.
Does he have a spoof Twitter account that is of his hair?
Yes.
Is he sponsored by TaylorMade? You probably can't answer that. Yes.
Yes. I don't know.
Ready, Ben? 1, 2, 3. Tommy Fleetwood. Yes. No. You're a loser then.
You're a loser. How
did this go
wrong? You just said yes that Tommy Fleetwood's hair. He's the only one that's got his hair.
I
Why'd you
thought
say
maybe
yes? You
this.
should've
I thought
said I
maybe
don't
this guy
know.
had one. I don't know. I thought this guy may
You
have had
don't
the
answer
same.
yes.
Who could it possibly be?
Think
Who could-
about it. Ryder. RYDER.
Ryder Cup.
Ryder Cup
Okay.
and hair. Tommy
Oh my gosh.
Fleetwood.
What else did I say?
Twitter.
Yeah, he's got a Twitter page.
He's got it.
He's
What
got
are
a
you
Twitter
doing?
account.
You
Dude,
should have
Tommy,
lied
hey,
and said it's Tommy Fleetwood.
at Tommy Fleetwood's hair is going to have a
Yes,
blast
He
with
listens to
this.
this. You
pod.
were just gonna get owned by Tommy Fleetwood's hair.
Oh my
because of
god!
this.
Well, who is it, Nate? You loser.
Ian Bolter.
What? His hair?
What?
I don't ever think about his hair.
He had spikes it straight
He
up.
doesn't have an Ian Poulter hair Twitter
Oh my
account.
gosh. I didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry. So when I'm thinking about it, I'm not thinking about Tommy Fleetwood. I didn't know. Maybe Ian Poulter's Spike has one. What 3 words would you guys use for Ian Poulter?
Lad.
Not Twitter hair writer.
You want Ryder Cup legend?
Ryder
I tried
Cup.
to do. He's a huge on Twitter, way bigger than Tommy Fleetwood.
Nate,
Okay,
don't be
take away
upset
Tommy
with me and
Fleetwood's hair
Kyle that
account.
Me and Kyle were on the same on the same page guessing this name.
Huge
It's
Twitter
not like
guy.
he said
He's
one
not
name and I
sponsored by
said
TaylorMade.
another.
Yeah, you said. I was.
You
I
should have
was
said
really-
no. I don't know. I don't know.
You
Ask
said you
another
probably
question.
can't answer that.
You're
With Ian
fail.
Poulter, I would have said cars or Ferraris,
Lad.
plaid.
I thought about Plaid.
You would know what you could have said, and I would have guessed it right off the bat. Shell Houston Open. Ian Poulter. I would have got it right off the bat. I got it right off the bat.
What a disaster.
Ryder Cup clutch. I would have said Sergio if you'd have said that, but
I tried.
Twitter hair rider. Tommy Fleetwood.
has
No!
has a Twitter. There's a parody account for Tommy Fleetwood called Tommy Fleetwood's Hair. Y'all need to follow him. He's funny.
No, we do. He listens to us.
I know.
he
I'm telling
responds to some of the
I'm
stuff.
telling the
Okay.
listeners. I'm telling the
the-
listeners.
I thought you were telling Nate since he didn't know.
Nate, what
I
a-
should have known when you said that whole shiesty Twitter account thing that I was like, I don't know, sure.
Andy,
What if I had said no? What if I had said
Andy
no?
is laughing his
If
balls
you'd have said-
off right now.
Andy is laughing because you're the contact that goes between all of us, and he stumped
got it
you,
wrong.
not me and Kyle.
He didn't stump me.
He reverse stumped you.
That would be stumped if you didn't. You didn't.
I thought mine was gonna be so easy. I actually was nervous that y'all wouldn't be as easy as mine.
Oh wow. Well,
This is fantastic. Look at
Well,
the
tell
look
us-
on his face, Kyle.
well, tell us, hey, let's give us an alternate reality for Ian Poulter and Tommy Fleetwood. How about that?
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Go.
Let me start with Ian Poulter because I already come up with it. Ian Poulter hosts England's version of Blue's Clues.
Hey, we got a clue.
All right, and
Clue
then,
right,
let's see. Tommy Fleetwood.
Side by side with Charlie Hoffman,
Hold on 1 second.
This is the co-director of the water park.
I really want to nail this. Okay, I think I've got it. Okay. Tommy Fleetwood is the executive director for a nonprofit that sells overpriced paintings to help get water to kids in Africa. I just came up with that right now.
Wow.
He's like at the show and he's just looking at the painting. He's like, I know, it just speaks to me.
Yeah.
If you'll buy it for $1 million, I'll make sure that every child.
Not Australia.
That's Australian.
Oh no, whatever. I'm just thinking of him with his hair being like,
And then he's gonna throw strip on the Bobby.
You know what, dude? Hey, I got this sidebar. That is a phenomenal Australian accent.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of South African in there. It was mostly
it
most
dabbled in South Africa.
it had a little bit of maybe New Zealand. I don't know, but that was
It
phenomenal.
was
do
everything
it.
but it was everything but
I
British.
can't even do a British accent.
Try it again. The volume.
If
was-
you could just buy this painting, I'll get water to every kid in Africa. It'd be clean. Clean water.
You're going back to Australia. You started out British, and you immediately moved south.
oh
If you
god,
just buy this bloody painting, I'll get some
bloody.
pissy clean water.
That's great, dude.
bloody painting.
That's great. That's great.
We'll go
yeah.
down under.
Yeah. Go right down under. That's great.
There
That's
was
great.
some South African that got in there.
Your first
There was a
one-
little bit of Leonardo DiCaprio and Blood Diamond. In there.
Yes, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that.
I
That's
think-
exactly what
I
you
think
said.
he came out. I don't know where from, but he did.
It was. Hey, speaking of, I have a buddy, a roommate. I've talked about him before from South Africa. That was from South Africa, and we watched Blood Diamond for the first time, and he's like, nobody that's not from South Africa can hit that accent. And Leonardo DiCaprio, he's like, I would have thought he's from South Africa. He's like, it's absolutely,
hours.
it's absolutely unbelievable. He's like, it's unreal. But yeah, anyway, that was a sidebar. Guys, what a great episode.
I think I just managed to offend people in like 7 different continents.
Yes.
There's no
There-
doubt you did. You just
We have
went
quite a
all
few-
around the world pissing people off right there with
Yeah.
that.
We have
There's
quite
no
a
doubt.
few. We have quite a few international listens too.
We have
so,
yes, we actually have
Not anymore.
We actually have quite a few British listeners that are going to be going, "Who the hell is that guy?"
Australia.
Maybe
Hey,
we'll pick up some Australians.
listen, the third top country that listens is the Commonwealth of Australia.
They're a Commonwealth.
Yes.
That's what it says. I don't know.
Yep.
Hey, did you
Great
know that
Britain
in
and-
Louisiana they have parishes and not counties?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
Yeah.
That's
Common.
wild. When I think of a parish, I think of like a church.
Or
The
some
Catholics.
dude's,
Yeah, the
somebody's
Catholics
last
do it.
name. Yeah. Great Britain and United
Or
Kingdom
that or last name. I don't know any.
are around number 7.
Greg Parish.
So
Are we still big in Portugal, Kyle?
Portugal.
We were
Let's
number
see.
one there for a
Not
while.
as big as we used to be.
We were number one downloaded podcast in Portugal for a
No,
while.
it was Spain. We were the number
Oh, it
one
was Spain?
golf
We
podcast
did. We
in
did.
Spain.
We owned Spain for a while.
Yeah, the Kingdom of Spain. We were number 8. That's their 8th most downloaded in Spain. So
Commonwealth of Australia.
it's pretty cool. What do you think?
did a good-
What do you think the second? What do you think? All right, so obviously United States is number 1. What do you think number 2 is? Just take a guess. I'll give you. A hint. No, I'm not going to give you a hint. Go.
Canada.
No,
Ireland.
no, that was in the Great Britain, United Kingdom, Northern Ireland. That's all. I'm
Do I
gonna
get
say.
another guess?
I'll give you another guess.
Sweden.
Sweden's up there. Sweden's number 5. Germany, 10%.
Really?
10% of all of our downloads ever are from the Federal Republic of Germany. Does that blow your
Federal
mind?
Republic of Germany.
How's that? What does that do to your mind? Blown.
That's
It
that's
really-
probably Colonel Steve's. But
10%, guys. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Hey, shout out to the folks in Germany listening.
I wonder if they're on a base somewhere, or they're actual Germans that are listening to us.
I don't know, but it's I think it's kind of cool though.
Yeah,
I bet out of that 10%, I bet 7% are German citizens and 3% are American citizens in Germany. Just as this what I feel.
I think
you'd be right. Shocked talking about another, because we mentioned earlier how you do a little side work with us. You'd be shocked at the internet, the downloads that we get on some of our shows overseas, like the one that you and Zach do. It's amazing.
Pretty cool, guys. And
great episode.
We wouldn't be able to do this without Betonline.ag. This episode and every episode is brought to you by episode 134. You guys have a great weekend. You got Pebble Beach with some celebs all weekend. Larry Fitzgerald's leading the damn thing again. He's the best celebrity golfer on this whole thing. He wins it every year.
He's the one that helped talk J.R. Smith into going to college too, man. He was one of the ones that told him, said, you should do this. You should totally take advantage of it.
To college.
Hey, this is, I'm trying to close the show out, but I noticed something today. Pebble Beach is not in good shape. Y'all notice it? Watch it and tell me what you think about the course. It looks a little
dry.
Did they just punch the greens?
Huh?
Did they just punch the greens?
I don't know. A little rough around the edges, rough around the greens, some bare spots that you don't typically see.
Is it dried out?
It does kind of look dry. It looks kind of dried out. I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays, but their scoring's pretty good, so it must not be too bad. Maybe just the TV may look bad anyway. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll catch y'all next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Hit them straight. Dad Bod Golf Pod.
No way. Welcome.